Well, let's start with Jim Bowden, our friend who's been on here, and he's at The Athletic and MLB Network Radio and CBS. And he was on his front office show on Sunday on SiriusXM and said this about Shohei.
I don't think there's any doubt the Giants are going to offer Shohei Ohtani $500 million. And I won't be surprised if they outbid the Dodgers. I won't be surprised if they outbid the industry. Mm-hmm. My question is, will he sign there? My intel has told me clearly, and I think Shohei has said it publicly through his translator. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he has. But it's been very clear throughout the process that winning is going to top everything. It's not about the most money. It's about the best chances of the most times on the World Series stage. And I believe that the Texas Rangers have the best shot to land him. With the Dodgers and the Mariners, I do think winning matters. And I don't see the Giants' path to winning. And as well as I thought the Dodgers would be on that list, all of a sudden I have a lot of questions about their pitching long term. So that's kind of my early take on Ohtani. But to answer your question, will I be surprised if San Francisco puts the biggest offer in front of Ohtani? Not at all. Will I be surprised if San Francisco is the team that drives the financial chain for him? Not at all. I think they'll be the lead train.
What do you think?
Well, I think they've tried to get a start, and they haven't been able to do it.
Try again.
Judge, they keep throwing money at people, and they, for one reason or another, no one wants to go there. Now, I don't know why. It's a great ballpark, but there's other factors. It's freezing fucking cold all year.
There's a lot of factors. It's cold. The
taxes are very high.
Taxes are crazy. The team is good,
okay.
Not great.
Mid.
Yeah.
But I read today on X, Twitter. I don't know. Twitter, X, whatever the hell they call it.
They have to pay us to call it X.
But
I'm not switching.
I read today where he's talking about he might want to go to the Braves. I'm like, the Braves? Where the hell? I mean, he could be a hell of a DH for the Braves.
You missed a good show on Friday. We had your buddy Dave O'Brien on, and it was the quickest answer I've ever heard to a question.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what if he said, okay, now hear me out, and you're going to laugh and say, I'm an idiot. What if he just said, for 1 year, I want to go to Atlanta. I'll take $10 million. He goes to the Braves. I'm just saying, for 1 year. He makes so much money off the field, the money on the field to him doesn't matter. It doesn't. But if he said for 1 year.
The union would disown
Listen,
him.
I get that about the union, but at the end of the day, it's your career. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I understand. But also the Braves are rich as hell. They don't have to pay him $10 million.
Okay, let's say he goes to the Braves and says,
if he's signing a 1 year contract.
Pay me $50 million to be your DH for a year.
Yeah.
Braves would say no. He goes, I want to come to Atlanta. I want to be in Atlanta. I want to go to the playoffs. I want to win the World Series.
1 year, $50 million. I think the Braves say yes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
What's to say he stops that so we can come back?
But why Atlanta?
Because they probably have the best chance to go to the playoffs right now.
A lot of people have been mentioning Texas, Kratz, as a possibility. No?
Yeah. No. I'm just still shaking my head at AJ's $10 million a year. Like I think the Braves to sign him for 1 year, $65 million.
Would the Braves do it?
Because $50 million, you just heard Bowden say he's going to go to rat-infested poop land in San Francisco for $500 million.
Wow.
Like, there's other things that go into not signing in San Francisco, but does he want to go there and get pinch hit for if they bring a lefty in to face him late?
I don't know. I don't think they're not going to pinch. They're not going to pinch hit for him. I mean, Gabe Kapler's gone. Bob Melvin's not going to do that anymore, so they're not going to do that. But I don't know. It's just an interesting thought. If he really wants to win, like he says, take a 1 year deal and go somewhere and try to win. Be the Kevin Durant of the MLB? Isn't that who did that?
Hopping around
trying to find championships.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he'll settle just for, the playoffs. He hasn't been in the playoffs.
But the thing is, it's so interesting. The Rangers just won the World Series, okay? And their team is basically all back. You're adding DeGrom, hopefully, if he comes back. You have Scherzer for a full year. I mean, Montgomery's gone. You trade him for basically DeGrom unless they bring him back. But Evaldi's back. Their bullpen, I'm sure, Leclerc and Boers and all those guys are all back. Their lineup's pretty much back. I don't think there's anybody that's gone for their lineup. So if Texas makes sense if they want to spend the money. Does he want to go to Texas? So the thing is, makes this so crazy is nobody has any fucking idea where this guy wants to go. Mm-hmm. Nobody has any. What if he just woke up and goes, I want to go to Colorado? I'm going to go to Oakland.
Because the one thing I do think he has made clear is that he does want to win.
Okay.
Why? How's he made that clear?
Listen to his comments back at the WBC. He was like,
what
wow,
is he
this
supposed to
awesome.
say?
Winning.
Oh, neat. I'm getting 2.4 million more followers. Like, this is such a neat time. I really enjoy this neatness.
I think it's real. I think
He's
wants
with
to
his
win.
Everybody
boys.
wants to win.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true. Did Chris Bryant want to win when he signed with the Rockies, or did he want to get paid?
He had already won. He won the bag.
Correct.
Did
So
Craig
not
Counsell want to
everybody
win
wants
when he
to
went
win.
from the Brewers to the Cubs?
Money first in those topics.
Oh, see how it changes.
Everybody
No,
wants to
it
win.
doesn't.
Chris Bryant,
change.
money first.
But with Shohei, it's a matter of how much of a difference pricing is going to be. Like, here's where things get interesting in my mind, okay? For example, Kratz, because we're going off what just kicked this conversation off. Let's say the Giants end up getting to $600 million, and the next highest offer is in the low fives. Then you start to find out how much someone's price is worth, right? You start to weigh things. Hey, this seems pretty good, and this is a massive deal. And yes, I think all agree that there are some players that will turn down a larger offer to be somewhere that they believe in more, that they're comfortable with, right? Trey Turner did it last year. We brought that up the other day. Turned down San Diego's money to go to Philadelphia. He wanted to be on the East Coast. So anyway, I think
getting the bag and winning are not synonymous. Like, just because Craig Counsell wanted to get the bag from the Cubs, he still wants to win. I think that is a very grossly underrated thing in my opinion, with 99% of the athletes that I've met from other sports and in baseball. They want to win. And just because you go somewhere to get the bag doesn't mean you don't want to win. Just because you sign a 13-year contract and maybe you're going to be aged out by the end of it, it doesn't mean you don't want to win. It just means you're okay trying to win in a different place. And who's to say, like, everyone's like, oh, Shohei could go to the Rangers. Well, they just won the World Series. So does that mean Shohei doesn't want to win a World Series this coming season? Because nobody repeats. So he should go to a team like the Phillies. He should go to a team like the Yankees because they haven't won for a while. He should go to a team, one of those teams that hasn't won because the Rangers, he doesn't want to win a World Series next year because no team has repeated since
the Yankees.
2004 or whatever. No, 3.
Yankees.
1. 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Or no, 2000. Sorry.
2000 was the last year.
Yep.
So getting the bag and winning are not synonymous. You are signing a lifetime contract to play in a place. And if you don't like San Francisco, whatever it is, the reason people aren't signing there, it takes a ton of money to get over that not liking a city.
Okay. I'm going to say this, and people are going to laugh when I say this, but I don't really give a fuck.
I like laughing.
Again, what if Shohei doesn't want to pitch anymore? What if he doesn't want to pitch anymore? I've heard this. Now, you guys.
I agree. Did we lose him?
In the know. There is a chance that he doesn't want to pitch anymore. What happens if he doesn't? You can't sign an incentive. The only thing you could do is sign an incentive-based contract with pitching incentives, escalators for his contract. But again, what happens if he goes, because he's not pitching next year, we know that. He signs this 10-year, $500 million contract, and he goes, man, I just rehabbed through a Tommy John and then whatever the hell, the super-duper secret elbow surgery that he had that nobody wants to talk about. And he says, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to hit, maybe play right field. Is he still worth the 50, 60 million a year?
Yes.
Probably not.
Yes.
You're paying for him to pitch.
He's worth more. No, I'm kidding. But the marketing, that's real. I believe in the marketing.
If he's worth $25 million off field to a team, what was that number? Like this year was 15 to 20 million he was worth. That's only going to escalate. You're essentially paying a guy $25 to $30 million a year that hits 40 pumps and will drive in a hunch. I think it's worth it. And the Giants, I think the Giants need him the most. I forget who we had on. Who was it that we had on that was talking about the Dodgers really need him? Like that is a importance. I think the Giants need him the most. I think they need, and other people have expressed it, they need that star. and he is ultimately the star.
Why can't we get him to speak, though? Why can't he say something?
He doesn't want to.
But still, I mean, I feel like if you're going to be the face of baseball, like he is, you got to say something every once in a while.
Like what?
I don't know. It's kind of disappointing to me that he doesn't really talk to the media. Mike Trout doesn't really talk to the media. Now, listen, they're in great places to not talk because in Anaheim, there's not a ton of media because it's not L.A. I mean, although they are the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, it's not in L.A., but we're going to call ourselves Los Angeles. It's kind of disappointing because even like Mookie Betts put himself out there a lot this year, right? And people are like, man, this is amazing. And guys like that, I mean, I get that maybe they don't want to, but at some point, man, if you sign, here's the thing, if you sign 10 years, $500 million, the team's got to go to you and say, hey, listen, Shohei, I get it, but you're going to have to throw yourself out there a little bit. That's why I will say this. There's a comfort factor in Anaheim. And I know.
No.
Listen, I'm just saying, he's in like a little cocoon there, and he can do what he wants. He basically runs the organization. He picks when he pitches. He picks when he talks. He picks when he hits. He does whatever he wants, right? And they've let him. They're not saying there's a big chance. There's a small chance if they offer him the right money, he'll go back to Anaheim.
Bob Nightingale said they're focused on Tim Anderson. I'm trolling, but
oh my god,
maybe real quick, maybe he just hasn't had the conduit to be able to speak yet. Maybe he doesn't like the structure that's out there. Maybe he would like a player-driven show that he could come on and talk about his Onada Deta.